Hello stars, my name is Blue and today we are lost in Hiveswap Friendsim. First, before we get into it, I apologize for the lack of upload on Monday. We went up to see family on Saturday and we stayed the night because the vehicle's headlight was out. Obviously, we couldn't drive in the dark with a headlight out. And I did think about, but I didn't record ahead because I'm an idiot. There's no excuse. It's just me being stupid. But let's get into it. We are currently on volume 12 of Know Nothings and Know It Alls. This dude right here. I saw him on Tumblr when I was looking at Mallek fan art. Yeah, I did that. I totally did that. God, you have a headache. Is it dehydration? Only if you're thirsty for companionship. And we're already starting. Are you hurt? Only your heart, and it aches for more pals. Is it withdrawal? Only from your addiction to new buddies. Really, there's only one cure for what ails you. Friendship. You wonder whose sweet medicine you'll be embidding this time. Gaelic. That's as close as we're getting to pronouncing his name. And that's what we're gonna say. Gaelic. Serious. Smiles. Serious. Smiles. Okay, let's get into, Gaelic. Can I just call him Gale? I'm just gonna call him Gale. It's a chilly night. Not in a bad way, though. It's the kind of crisp air that invigorates you. You think you might just fuck around and make a friend. You're busy breathing in a big old lung full of stuff when you hear someone call out behind you. Excuse me, alien, I would like a word. It's phrased like a request, but delivered like a demand. You don't recognize the voice, so you do some mental calculations as you turn. Whoever it is seems like they know who you are, which could be good or really, really bad. You could make it to Zebra's hive in a few blocks if you had to make a run for it. Don't go back to Zebra. Nobody likes Zebra. Just forget about Zebra. That's not exactly a place you'd like to take sanctuary, though, so you figured the risk of talking to this mysterious troll is worth it. By the time you rotated around to face them, you got a big friendly grin on. Oh, it's loud. Loud in my ears. Okay, turn down volume. Okay. It's a bit of work to keep it there when you see who it is. Tall, sharp suit, well fitted out, curly hair, cute little Christmas tree looking horns, and an expression that screams, would pay someone else to bisect you if you call it anything about him cute. It's a good thing you didn't choose to run, because last time you saw this guy, he was sprinting away from your sparkly self at top speeds. Oh my god! You have no chance. So we've met him. Oh, that's great. He strides towards you now with considerably less fear, but about as much purpose. Playing it friendly, you hold out your hand for him to shake. He takes it immediately, like it's an instinct. Yes, I'm Gaelic Zygius Gale. You are the alien. Nice to meet you, officially, etc., etc. This is imperative. It is imperative we speak, as it is a matter of some importance. I hope you will take my request seriously and follow me to my hive, where we can talk more openly. Oh my god. It is in your best interest to comply. Are your... Oh my god, these are links. Wait. Turn down the volume, because it's not turning down. There we go. It shouldn't turn down on the recorder, but it should be turned down for me. Oh my god! His sentences have footnotes! his footnotes have footnotes. I live right around the corner. This is not a threat. Rather, it is a genuine expression of critical nature on my request. If it were a threat, you would know. Wow, okay then. You got a wordy motherfucker over here, huh? A short, sweet, hey, let's hang out would have worked for your friend-thirsty self, but that's fine. I can't believe his sentences have citations and footnotes. I can't get over it. You don't have anything else to be doing, so why not follow this pushy high blood back to his house? Wonderful, this way. He stays true to his word and doesn't say anything else as he leads you towards his hive, but you watch the way he clenches his teeth and flicks his eyes back to you as he walks. He's about to explode, holding it all in. You walk a little slower just to bask in the need emanating off him. Oh, that's pretty. I'd like to live there. Still dizzy with the feeling of having your presence wanted so badly, you trip a bit heading up the wide flight of stairs, and there are a lot of them. Jesus, he could have warned you at least. You look up as you pull yourself to your feet. The stairs lead up to an old stone building covered in ivy that creeps around some pointy-topped windows and up to the tops of turrets. It looks like the kind of place a crusty old professor might walk out of, followed by a flock of khaki-clad rich boys. A private school? It'd be a nice place to live. The door opens with a creak. You do not hear anyone debating the difference between a movie and a film in there, but you do hear bleeding? Sounds reasonable. Does he have a goat looses? Oh my god, does he have a picture of his house in his house? Oh my god, look at his library. He has a typewriter and a coffee machine. Oh, espresso machine? Ah! Once inside, Gail beckons you through the foyer and looks into another room, this time unlatching what looks like a very tall metal baby gate to let you both in. He checks the latch twice after he shuts it, then gestures to a pair of studded, high-backed chairs on either side of the fire. I'm assuming that gate is to keep his Lucis out of his library, so he doesn't eat his books. Please, take a seat. I'll make us some coffee. You will not have had any like this before, as the taste is drastically different from the slop you get from the public coffee shop. Well, aren't you an elitist? Footnotes. It is possible your palate is not experienced enough to tell the difference, but I can walk you through the simpler points. Rude. You do take the seat. Oh god, what was that? You did take that seat, and you look around while he fucks with an antique espresso machine. He has a desk covered in papers, open books, and a typewriter. Along the walls there are bookshelves leading to up to a vaulted ceiling. I'm adding words again, and I'm also missing over words. We're doing great. Everything has an air of purposeful messiness to it. Like he pulled some of his cooler titles to leave laying around for you to see. How flattering. You mentioned that this must be one of those personal jerk-off book hives, Ty was talking about. Excuse me? Never mind. You clear your throat and ask him what he wanted to talk about. He hands you a cup and sits down in the other chair. Oh god. Oh no. God, he is wordy. We're gonna have fun with this one. Of course, I just wanted to clear up the misunderstanding between us. Footnote. Specifically, you misunderstanding me. You may be under the false impression that I am uninformed re the attribute of rainbow drinkers. You may even think that you successfully fooled me into thinking you were one yourself the first time we met. I just had not previously encountered one in real life, nor had I ever seen an alien for that matter. I have spent I've spent considerable time in the interim researching you, of course, which is why I was able to track you down so easily. Furthermore, when I saw you before, you were in the company of one Tagora Gorgic. Rainbow fucker extraordinaire. I was making the most reasonable assumption possible given the information I had available. It makes complete sense if you think about it. He looks at you expectantly. Oh, you guess it's your turn to say something. We'll just save over this save. Yes, I want to rewrite this save. Because it's not important. It didn't take me anywhere weird. Is that, all? Man, what the fuck is this guy talking about? You thought whatever he wanted was going to be way bigger deal. You want to get this straight, you say. He dragged you all the way here under a thick veil of secrecy just so he could tell you that he knows what he's talking about? That he was actually right, not wrong, smart, not dumb, specifically about rainbow drinkers? Yes. Footnote. Technically, not only specifically about that topic, but that is the pertinence piece of information in this conversational context. Please quit footnoting your sentences, my dude. Is this confusing you? I cannot have people thinking incorrect things about me. Cool. No, you were just checking. You tap your fingers on the letter arm of the chair. Is that all he wanted from you? Oh, yes, I suppose, as long as we're in agreement, and you do not intend on do not intend to spread any misinformation. You promise. That is great news. There's a long pause. He looks disappointed somehow. You're not sure if this is what he was expecting, but it sure as hell is what is transpiring. I will show you out. Okay? Oh man. He's just judgy stare. I think this is the most defeated MC has ever looked. Bad end! Okay, let's load. Bad end in who knows how many fucking minutes because I can't see my recording time. Taking one out of Sirava's book. LMAO, I don't give a shit, my dude. You laugh, and then realize he's 100% serious. He really cares that much about what you think of him. It reminds you a bit of you a few months ago, or, a few days ago. Still, you know what it's like. You try to tread the line between humoring him and easing him out of having to care that fucking much. You tell him you like him even if he was a complete rube, a total rainbow drinking lore idiot. If his incompetence knew no bounds, I get it. Oh heck. If the barely contained panic in his eyes is indication, he isn't at all placated by that. You cut off the line of a friend finagling and try something you hope is a little more his speed. It must be cool to have a primary source sitting in his own jerk-off book hive, though, is right? He exhales, gathering himself a little. I am not sure why you keep calling it that. Footnote. Stop immediately. But I do admit I am interested in a chance to learn more about you. His fingers twitch. You hope he doesn't mean that in, like, a creepy dissection kind of way? You are free to leave, right? You glance anxiously at the locked baby gate. What? Of course you can leave. Just because I am high blood does not mean I am a fucking sadist. Sadist. Oh, nope, his footnote has a footnote. You should know by now that the prelegation is not bound to any one cast. I have more important things to be doing. Usually. My interest in you is purely academic and friendly. I do not know... I know you're... amenable to that kind of thing. I can't read. at all today. Furthermore, that gate is not for you. Do not worry about it. If all goes well this evening, we will not have to make use of it. You do definitely worry about it, but not in a present actionable way. Just in the sort of under the surface self-preservation way you've worried about, everything that's tried to end your run here on Alternia so far. Plus, he offered you friendship. You'll reach your heart into that monkey trap any day. Hell yeah, then. You throw your arms out and toss your head and tell him you're ready to be studied and subsequently friended. Gale doesn't pounce right on that, though. He looks uncomfortable, which doesn't stop him from talking. I should have got a drink, but I didn't. I do have a considerable interest in understanding the pathos of the alien. What I really want to know is what makes you so magnetic. All observable criteria points to you not being much to look at, but there seems to be something about you that draws people in. I apologize if you're offended. That isn't even on the top 10 list of insults you've heard since landing, so you brush it off just fine. Plus, you have a good authority on your leg. You have good authority that your legs are nice. You flex those bad girls in order to give yourself a little self-esteem boost. I was wondering if you had a ministerial status, but the more I learn about you, the more difficult it becomes to make any sense of your plans. Accounts of your activities contradict each other at almost every turn. You are either the most suave and well-connected words plenipotentiary I have ever heard of, or you're running around with no clues what you're doing, and somehow it works out for you anyways. Footnote! What's a footnote? I'm strongly leaning towards the latter, especially after this meeting. For example, what the fuck are you doing with your legs right now? Is that supposed to be impressive to me? You mean, it's worked before. A low, frustrated clicking rumbles in his throat. He puts his coffee aside and crosses his legs. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about. I know all about your antics, leg-based or otherwise. I just cannot work out what the drawl is. Again, no offense is intended, and if you feel that way, that is on you. I'm just trying to understand. Why do people like this? He seems pretty fixated on this. You wonder if perhaps he has some hidden reason for wanting to know why other trolls might be into your freaky little self. Some sort of personal interest in other trolls' friendship decisions and inclinations and interests. Just, maybe. You wait for him to blush, but he doesn't. He does start talking very quickly, though. First of all, I do not know what you mean by that. I do not base my self-worth on anything external. Hypothetically, if I did happen to invest in what someone else thought on me, I would not tell you about it. Footnote. You would probably just tell him anyway. By him, I mean any hypothetical mutual acquaintance. Furthermore, just because I am not a freak does not mean I do not have any desirable traits. Count! You think he'd probably keep going forever now that he started letting it all out, but there's a sound behind you that shuts him the fuck up. You both turn to see his lusus, a big scruffy goat, gently headbutting the baby gate. It looks extremely friendable. Feed the beast? Where's my save? Oh, there it is. It's blending in with the lusus. Let's stay on topic for now. Please ignore him. He will wander away in a minute. He just wants to get in here and cause problems. You think hard to yourself on this. You really want to go pet the big goat, Dad. But you want to dish about this guy's love life even more. You've heard some about the situation from the other side, of course, but you really shouldn't let Gale know that Tagora tells you about their tentative, awkward pitch ish flirtation unless you know it helps get you more. It helps you get more friends. No, you slap your own cheek, snap yourself out of it. No secret spilling. Gale leads away from you against the back of his chair. Fuck. You are really not doing anything to change my impression of you. You have an idea, so you cut him off before he can monologue you to death. You tell him that it sounds to you like what's really bothering him, a regular, non-freaky guy, is that he's jealous of your free spirit friendability. He wants what you've got. The glare. He glares at you, his breathing quicken. Ooh, yeah, hit a nerve. I do not want anything of yours. Footnote. What is it you mean by that, though? What is it exactly you have got? He is not... Never mind. Redact out. I reiterate my previous non-convex stance. Don't you love how I can't read? Interrupting him has worked pretty well so far, so you try it again. Cut the shit out, you say. There's no reason for him to hide anything from you. First of all, you've already promised to like him no matter what. Secondly, you know what it's like not to want to impress someone. And finally, you know all about the how to be a huge motherfucking weirdo. So, why doesn't he let you show him how to walk on the wild side? I can't read. He can take a few pointers from Alternia's biggest freak. You can see the ensuing makeover montage already. You start bouncing in your seat a little bit. I have zero interest in... Okay, then that won't do it. You try one more tactic, telling him you guess he just doesn't mind not knowing shit about how to be a freak. Oh, Gale, they'll say. Smart at how to be boring and a real big dumbass about weird stuff. Why are you like this, MC? Ah, I see what you're doing. Unfortunately for me, it will absolutely work. He admits to it. It stands to reason that I'm allowing you to broaden my horizons with your alien ways will only serve to increase my cultural competence. Great! So what would it be? Shopping for a new, more casual attire? Or something wild? Or spicy undergarments, dyeing your hair? Other weirder body mod? Gale's eyebrows showed up. The last one sounds interesting. Wow, he's really ready to go whole ass, huh? You weren't expecting that from this guy, but you guess maybe he's waiting for an excuse to try something that... Or he really can't deal with not being Alternia's biggest obnoxious know-it-all. Go big or get cold, as they say. Damn, that probably is what they say. Anyway, you can't wait to get this show on the road. You tell him you even know a guy that can probably help him out. Will he be discreet? I'm willing to leap into this, but I do need to protect my privacy, of course. Oh, for sure. You mean, like, probably. His brows furrow. Either at your continued interruption or your hesitance. So you waste no more time, whip out your palm husk. You pull up the secret gripe profile you got Mallek to make so you could keep in touch and call him. Snake bites. What's up, Robo Buddy? Aww. That's great. Mallek! I just got done with you not too long ago and you're already coming back. You get right into it and tell him you've made a new friend who's looking to get a new hole put in him. Behind him, you hear Gale choke on his coffee. Artistically, an aesthetic hole. Gale shrugs weakly, his eyes still wide. Or something similar. Hell yeah. Anything for you, bud. Mallek's eyes dart from your face to the room behind you. You're not sure how much you can see through the screen, though. My gear is easy to pack, so I'll be over soon. I'll bring options. You start to give him direction, but he stops you. Don't worry, I know exactly where you are. Your palm husk is low-jacked. Figured you'd be cool with that. See you soon. He's keeping tabs on you. Mallek hangs up, and you grin at Gale to reassure him. This sure seems like a manageable situation. He offers you more coffee, which you take because you're a polite guest, and who turns down coffee? Gale starts ideating writing. It's a small leather-bound notebook, so you mostly watch, listen to him explain the brainstorming process, take sips, and wish the goat would come back. Eventually, you hear soft footsteps approaching. Gale jumps when Mallek opens the baby gate. How'd you get in the front door? I hacked it. Gale's mouth opens and shuts a few times. His eyes dart between your and Mallek's matching hoodies. Oh, you're still wearing the hoodie! I think Mallek's hoodie is my favorite attire that MC has gotten so far. I would never take it off. Just kidding. Your operation is pretty low tech for an indigo, unfortunately. Your loose is just let me in. Anyway, I'm Mallek. From behind him, a proud bleeding. Hell yes! Gale looks around and wrings his hands. There's a lot going on all of a sudden. He points to you. You, alien, hold on to my looses. He cannot be unsupervised in here, or he will eat everything. I knew it! As for you, Mallek, hello. My name is Gale. Welcome to my hive. Footnote. Things are not typically so hectic in here. I apologize. That isn't a problem. Haha. I know that because of coding. Yeah, I used to code. Kind of. I took like 2 years of video game design, and I barely remember anything, but I remember that! I hear you want to get freaky. Gale tugs at the bottom of his suit jacket, straightening it reflexively. Poor dude. You want to tell him you're proud of him for going so far out of his own death, but he seems to be holding his own here. Plus, the goat really wants to make a snack out of some old paper bags. You take your job seriously and hold on tight to his neck. Love him. Love the goat dad. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Yes, that is correct. I have the tools to help me achieve this. I am open to a wide range of modifications. I will need to be able to hide easily under clothing, however. My notebook has some sketches. Look only at the last 6 pages. Flip to an unauthorized section and you will lose the privilege of using your eyes ever again. Oof. Oh no. You want to dutifully look and not touch too, but wrangling a big goat is a full-time job. Mallek holds up the notebook for you both to see. Wow. Gale's not a bad artist, actually. Still, you have to kind of turn your head and squint to make out what's going on in a couple of the sketches. You guess there's still a few surprises left for you in the brave new world of troll anatomy, huh? You point to a sketch you like the best, with one hand as you scramble to keep hold of a fistful of wiggly looses for the other. Yeah, I can work with that. Hell yeah, button up. Get some layers off. Honey, you have to remove your shirt too. Gale flicks his eyes to you and you give him a big supportive thumbs up. You look politely away when he starts taking off his jacket. Instead, you focus on your job. And oh! You have some pocket snacks. You pull out some mostly not bruised fruits and offer it to Gale's looses. He chomps it up readily and calms down for a bit. Geez, can't Gale afford food for this guy? He eats plenty. He's only being dramatic. Gale doesn't take off his undershirt, but he does roll up the bottom of it before leaning his forearms against the back of one of the chairs, exposing a broad palette of his hips and back. That design does capture an important facet of my core self. Get going on it before I change my mind. I assume I do not need to spell out any potential consequences if you stray from the artistic vision, correct? Mallek rolls his eyes and pulls out a tattoo gun. It looks mostly like how they do it on Earth, but with a strip of greenish and almost biological light. Don't worry, your blood color is crystal clear. Look at the little focused face. Gale winces at the first press of the gun to his skin. Or maybe it's lasers? There's a glow happening back there. With Lelusa stated, you're free to see what's going on, so you climb on the back of the climb onto the chair Gaelic's leaning against the back of, and peek over to watch. So, what's the deal with this anyway? Tattoos don't seem much like your vibe. There is no specific reason. I am simply fleshing out my worldly experiences. Intense physical pain for one, though I am able to bear it. Attaining visceral knowledge of a new kind. He's checking off something from his bucket list you add, hopefully. Oh, you hopefully add. No. Don't say bucket. Someone please tell me that MC, this baby, gets explained that bucket is not a word to be said on Alternia. Really, dude? Gale flushes a bright blue and jerks backwards, screeching like you haven't heard it since you first met and traumatized him. Oh boy, you have no idea how, but apparently that was apparently extremely the wrong thing to say. Watch it. You're gonna make me fuck up your important vision. No need to flip your think pan. Gotta do what it takes to find a bucket, buddy. I've been there. Gale stares decidedly into the middle distance as he breathes in and out and repositions himself against the chair. That is extremely not what this is about. I am perfectly capable of fulfilling my propagandal duties. Footnote. Thank you very much for your vote of confidence. This is not a thing I have to do. It's a thing I want to do. There's a significant semantic difference here. If it happens to spark conspicuous troll word, I'm just gonna assume troll word interest, so be it. Or deeper conversational interest. Yeah, whatever, I don't judge. You only have the barest grasp on what they're discussing here, but things are starting to click into place. You don't want to embarrass your potential new friend by calling him out on his crush even further, or by implying he can't find anyone to fill a quadrant with. You tell Mallek that Gale is making his decisions based on his personal emotion, self-educational journey, and that's all. Yes, that's the heart of it, exactly. Thank you. Gale smiles at you. It's crooked and stiff on his face, like he hadn't expect to put it there. You smile back and place your hand on top of his, white-knuckled against the back of the chair. He winces in pain only once more before Mallek steps back, tilting his head to admire his handiwork. That'll do it. Gale rolls his shoulders and twists his body around to check his new ink. Satisfied, he turns to extend a hand to Mallek. Thank you for your time on such short notice. Would you like to say to... Mallek shakes his hand and cuts him off there. No thanks. I'm not much for the after party. See you around, Robobud. Nice to tat you, button up. He tosses the gear back in his bag and nods at you both. On his way out, he pats the goat head, now placid. One new friend is enough for a day, I suppose. Thank you for encouraging me to try something new. Footnote. It is quite a rush, isn't it? I still do not completely understand you, but your penchant for flinging yourself wholeheartedly into precarious situations is fascinating. That is what you do best. You grin uncontrollably at the compliment. Might I try employing that tactic a bit? I might try employing that tactic a bit more in my daily life, if it will lead to newer, deeper grasp of the troll condition. As such, I have 2 confessions for you. He takes a deep breath and gets the rest all out in one go. 1. I only knew an elementary amount of information about rainbow drinkers before I met you. And 2. The reason for my fond hinge jerk reaction at the time was because of my Gorgic-shaped blind spot. It is feelings-based. You graciously do not let on that those are 2 of the most obvious pieces of information you've ever encountered. Gale clears his throat and thrusts his palm husks towards you. Now that we have taken care of that, take a photo. I can't reach. Observe me omitting these inadequacies with ease. He turns around and you lovingly set up the shot on his hip bone a modest rendition of his sign, in indigo, of course. It's framed by two sprigs of sprigs of pine crushed under it in a V. Can't read. And dying slowly. The look on his face as he turns back over his shoulder for the camera is the most self-satisfied thing you've ever seen. When you hand Gale his palm husk, he fucks with it for a minute, and then it starts buzzing with a notification after notification. He looks up at you, a smile creeping onto the corner of his mouth. He bites it back like he's not sure what to do with the undefinable happiness he's experiencing. He hates it. It's a black romance. Black rum. He's so proud of himself. Look at that. Where's the hoodie, devs? Draw the hoodie. I would draw the hoodie myself, but it looked like shit. I mean, you guys see the hair that I add onto MC, it's shit. And that was Gale! He's not bad. He's very studious. He could learn to let up a little bit, but that's okay. He's an indigo blood. He has a reputation to uphold. Also, lots of words that I had to sound out in my head because I can't remember how to read for shit. But that's it for today, stars. If you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already to join our wonderful galaxy. Comment down below and I'll get back to you one way or another. And I will see you for our next adventure. Remember, we're all made of the same cosmic dust, so be nice. Kate, love you, bye!